We had that other the clown with us that time. We were going into slavery. You know? This is John 7:24. This is what the Lord said. He said, "Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment." So we can't just judge people off their appearance.
Thank God for that.
That's why we inquire what should people go back to. What's your, if you have knowledge of it.
I did, but that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I know I'm different from
Most Caucasians.
Very different, yeah.
And that's good. You have that righteous anger toward, or that indignation towards the United States. Because most white people or Caucasians, when they hear about the wickedness of America, they don't take heed to it. Or
I talk about this to so many people I know, and none of them want to hear anything about it. When I was actually crossing the street here when I first came by, and I heard you talking about Syria. When I first came over here, remember, and I heard you talking, and I went down and came back.
Yeah.
And I heard you talk about that. How these guys, American guys, talking about Syria being overthrown right now. That's what got my interest. But I'm really glad you guys are paying attention.
That's good.
We commanded to.
But we're doomed. We're doomed anyway.
Oh yeah, America's going to be destroyed.
Yeah, it's gonna be destroyed.
It's already prophesied in the Bible it's going to be destroyed.
Good luck, fellas.
All right, you have a nice day. Yeah, that's probably was Jake, man. He had that cool spirit. I don't know about his walking, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Now Jake's had that stride, but he was reasonable.
Yeah, he knew what he was talking about.
And he knew what he was talking about. Okay. So that's refreshing. Because most of the time when we come out here, we deal with clowns and simple ass people and emotional women and emotional men. So that was very encouraging. Go back to Joel 2:20. Okay? Because like when I showed him that map, and I had looked at it this week, I was like, well, let me look at what's going on over there in the Middle East. And I was trying to remember the alliances that Israel or the United States have over there in those particular countries. And then you see why they push it so hard to invade Syria to take it down. Because they want that whole area basically to be U.S. and Israel backed or influenced, and have all those nations go up against Iran. So when Israel goes into Iran, all right, which we're looking for that's the major prophecy we're looking for outside of the pushing of the chip and this place being destroyed. That's what we're looking for. And Obama already gave the green light to them damn Israelis to make, if they want to make a move, they protect it 100% by the United States. So that's what we're looking for. We're just waiting for them Amalekites to make their move, to bust a move. And when you make a move, that's when all hell gonna break loose. All right, and that's the closer we get to the elect being sealed and this place being destroyed, Lord willing. Read that.
Joel chapter 2 verse 20.
Yep.
But I will remove far off from you the northern army.
Now the northern army right there is talking about this army of the United States. Okay? How was it moved far off? It's moved over there all over the world, mainly on the east of the United States, or the Eastern Hemisphere. But mainly, the bulk of the military is in those areas around the Middle East. Okay? That's how the Northern Army was moved far off. Keep it.
And we'll drive them to a land barren and desolate.
Yeah, because when they go into Iran, okay, when they invade Iran, all right, it's talking first and foremost with them Amalekites, them so-called Jewish people, when they give the green light, the state of Israel, to go and make war with Iran and the United States, to get drawn into that because they back them up, and NATO too, okay, what's going to happen, it's going to be a battle. That's when them Arabs and them Iranians, they going to team up, okay, and they going to take it to the United States. And when they go to war, they going to implement a draft here in the United States. And they going to draft both men and women. From ages 18 up to like, what was that, 40 something? Okay? And they going to give you two options. To either go fight over there, okay? Or if you don't want to fight over there, you'll be used in these re-education centers, which is basically these FEMA camps, when they be torturing people into basically following the New World Order.
Yep. infiltrate, well, push in the order the Noahide laws.
Yeah, the Noahide laws, which basically is to denounce the Lord, denounce whatever religion you in, or any belief you have, and follow basically the worship of Satan, all out wickedness. Okay, and that'll be the time of Jacob's trouble, man. And that's when a lot of brothers' faith gonna be tried with death. Okay, all right. Because even though we get tried a little bit now, it's not gonna be as severe as what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, that's gonna be the ultimate test, the ultimate fire.
Yeah.
I tell you in Zechariah, you gonna try all Israel.
Yep.
And you look at that word tribe, it means to test. I don't know the Hebrew word.
To prove.
To prove, to test, yeah.
We'll probably look it up and bring it out next week. Read that. So that's why you see it like Possible Jake, well, he was informing about Syria. That's why it's so important to pay attention to that, because like we said, these people were distracted with that whole Boston thing. Now, it wasn't as major as 9/11, because only 3 people died and over like close to 170, almost 200 people got injured, but that's not something to be so dramatic about, okay? But we're gonna highlight that too, because they was showing basically to the public what they plan on doing whenever they implement martial law, just to get the people comfortable with that whole scene of seeing militarized people. Read that.
Joel, chapter 2, verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
And that's Saudi Arabia, okay? Because they're going to get pushed into Saudi Arabia, which is nothing but desert, okay? Key reader.
With his face towards the East Sea.
The East Sea is the Persian Gulf, okay? All right, and you got like the guy brought out, I want to call him brother, but like the guy brought out, he was talking about, he is right, okay? Well, he was talking about all the fleets, naval built up in the Persian Gulf over there, okay? Not only the United States is building up, have it built up over there, but Russia and also these other nations too, okay? Because they know it's about to go down, man. All right? That's the Eastern Sea, the Persian Gulf. Key reader.
And his hindering parts towards the uttermost sea.
And that's the Red Sea, okay? To prove that, go to Jeremiah 49, verse 20 and 21.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. And in those days, and in that time, said the Lord, the iniquity of Israel should be sought for.
49.
Jeremiah 49 and 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom.
Against Edom, which is the so-called white man, okay? The Edomites. Key reader.
And his purposes that ye have pursued against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Who's the least of the flock? It's them Israelis. They gonna draw the United States and all them European nations military into this Third World War against Russia, China, Iran, all right, and the rest of their allies. And that's the time we in. Because it's basically now, anywhere America steps or mess with someone, or Israel mess with someone, it's automatic conflict, okay? It's already been given that if the Israelis mess with the Palestinians, which is backed by Iran and Russia and them, there's gonna be problems. If the United States mess with Syria, all right, or Israel mess with Syria, it's gonna be problems, because they backed by Russia and Iran and China. Then you have South Africa, which is part of BRICS, all right, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And they already got AFRICON down there in Africa, where they plaguing the people over there. So if they mess with South Africa, then that's gonna bring war. All right, so any way it goes, if the United States mess with somebody that Russia and Iran and China back up, it's gonna be conflict. And that's what we're looking for, key reader.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them.
Because the land of Israel according to, what was that, Ezekiel 36,